For you, who are about to embark on a new voyage, Airports of Rome has decided to bestow upon you a gift. Stop, if you will, and listen. A short audio tale about the soul of the city you're about to visit. It's hard to summarize the spirit of a place in just a few minutes, but we've made a humble attempt. Enjoy the pleasure of discovery. Split. The soul of Split is in its contrasts. The clash between history, style, and nuance. This is one of the few places in the world with such an amazing wealth of art and culture. At just a stone's throw away from the sea, Diocletian's palace rises in the city center, almost like a city within a city. The blinding whiteness of the brack stone and precious marbles it's built with, the clear blue backdrop of the Adriatic Sea, the legacy of multicultural ancient Rome, sphinxes and columns from ancient Egypt. Its 4 gates are named after 4 different metals: the Bronze Gate, the Silver Gate, the Iron Gate, and the Golden Gate. Here, every tourist follows the tradition of touching the toe of the statue of Gregory of Nin, the bishop and theologian who promoted the use of the Croatian language in religious services. In Split, you'll see the contrast between the mazes of streets, the picturesque squares, and the vast horizons beyond the city itself. You'll find small nooks and crannies, cramped bars, restaurants, and shops. And then suddenly, looking towards the open sea, endless promise. Here, you'll find stern churches and temples, clashing with the playfulness of cobblestones, beaches, and coastal pine forests. Even the coasts seem to clash with one another. Rocks, pebbles, but also sand, such as at Bačvice Beach, where you'll find the young locals playing Pixigin, a game where players pass a small rubber ball and perform acrobatics to stop it from falling in the water. In the past, the underground areas would be used as storage, and they led off to the sea. Today, they serve as a flea market, and, should you climb to the top of the bell tower, you'll find an overall view of the contrasts. The luxury of the richer neighborhoods, and the simplicity of the poorer ones. The climate's invitation to a life of pleasures, and the vocation for art. The remains of Venetian palaces, and the sloping roofs of nearby buildings. The splendor and the stalls. In 2018, when they made a movie called Ibiza, about 3 girls on holiday on the Spanish islands, they came here to film it instead, on the beaches of Zirce, on the island of Pag. And it actually made perfect sense, because Split also holds some of the most interesting electronic music festivals, and because Croatia as a whole is a favorite for filmmaking crews. Just ask the directors of Game of Thrones, Star Wars, or Robin Hood. Dubrovnik is a popular natural movie set, and just a 3-hour drive from Dalmatia. For many, Split is a gateway to the many beauties of Croatia, such as the islands of Solta and Var. But Split deserves more than just a quick glance while passing by. Instead, take your time. Explore the natural park of Marian, or take in the beauty of the fish market, where the wares are displayed directly on the stone, and prices go down after midday. Peter Maas was an American writer, most known for writing the biography of the famous police officer Serpico, and he had to say about Split that it is the only place in Europe that feels like California. Contrasts and surprises. History and modernity. A place where archaeological sites are still lived in. The story you have just listened to was produced by the Airports of Rome in collaboration with Cora Media, working together to promote culture and entertainment at the Leonardo da Vinci Airport in Fiumicino, Rome.